happy upcoming new series, everybody. I have the great opportunity to be the host this go around, and I am really excited to be able to have be the one asking the rapid fire questions of Philip Washington as opposed to the other way around. I think you're in for a great series on you incorporate AI into your business. What's the value of it? What's the way, again, you can have and continue to grow wealth. So, as a Gen Xer who, is wondering why are we talking about today owning the digital oil wells? I mean, heck, what is a digital oil well? Is it worth it? And how can we partake of the advantage? But again, I'm really excited for this opportunity, and I hope you're ready to join me. So we're back, everyone, with another episode of Wealth Building Made Simple. I am your host, Allison Reif Martin, and I'm here today with the amazing Philip Washington, knower of all things AI, knower of all things wealth building made simple, hence the name of the title of the podcast, and just an all-around good egg. So, Philip, shall we talk today, as I try to put on my best journalist host voice for you? Shall we talk today about, let me see, the theme of today's episode is owning the digital oil wells. Can you expand on this topic? Because I just, again, a lot of us are like digital oil wells. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I like the theme of this series that we're talking about this month because I feel like uh, I grew up reading books about how to generate income from businesses and have a business actually like generate net income that was sort of like mailbox money if you built it properly with the proper systems. And I feel like because the industrial economy is sort of like dead, there's a new generation of businesses that are being built that actually have great opportunity. And so we're going to talk about this. And one of them is AI compute rentals, which are, this is real cutting edge and it's building, but it's going to be more and more accessible over the coming years. But basically, um, the simple version of it is when you look into AI, right? You want to think of like AI as um, well, the intelligence that will power every aspect of society. So the way that we use machines these days, machines in the current form is like, computers, cars, machines for industrial production, right? Our helpers in the industrial era were machines, right? So we're not getting rid of machines, but now we're going to use AI to sort of give the machines brain power, right? Uh, if you want to go super fiction, like the machines are now going to be able to think, right? But the power will, the limitation to the machine thinking is like electricity, right? Because in the industrial era, like um, oil power machines, right? In the digital era, electricity powers machines, and so um, there's a big power component or electricity component necessary to machines, right? Also, you need data chips, and so we're going to talk about the opportunity for individuals, right, to be able to buy and rent out, the chips and electricity to AI companies that are sending the intelligence that their centers are generating across the world.
So with that, when you're talking about business owners buying and renting out the data chips, what type of industry would you see this being a viable option for?
So really all of them. So let's use for example like I like to always talk about uh, AI is coming for white collar jobs, right? The white collar jobs will evolve, right? But I'm just saying AI is going to come from the present day white collar jobs because they're just like way too many financial advisors, attorneys, like
Tax preparers.
yeah, it's just a lot of them. We don't have and we don't have a lot of other ones, but so there's a lot of repetitive tasks in what we do that can be given to AI that will free us up to, like we don't have to leave the profession, but we can sort of evolve what we do in the profession. And so
Right.
we'll use that one. And so you take, for example, like a wealth manager, so there's wealth managers and there were wealth managers 1,000 years ago. So I'm giving that caveat to where we're not going away, but how we do things is going to change. But let's say wealth managers, and a wealth manager and a CPA helps people like manage their money and their finance and their balance sheet. And so and so what AI intelligence can do is we can say, hey, there's somebody in Ohio that needs the benefit of what uh, Philip Allison and their AI knows, right? Because if we're interacting with our AI every single day, feeding it information, feeding it our thoughts are, I think, valuable and useful, right? And so there are people in Ohio that may want to use business owners, individuals in Ohio that may want to use our intelligence, right? And so um, we may need, we may want to scale our intelligence by, um, you know, buying AI capacity to scale the intelligence. And so there's going to be, and since you and I have our own economics and our own way of running our business, right? We may go to the same way where we might go like lease out a rental property because we can't buy the whole building, right? We may say, hey, I can't buy the whole building, but I can like lease some of the space. You know what I'm saying? So we may go to an entrepreneur can go to a data center and say, hey, data center, you guys own the whole data center, but maybe four business operators might break that entire uh, center down into four slices, and then they may go sell their slices to 100 different business owners, so they can be
And
affordable. And so
and
go ahead.
I was going to say that's a great, I'm glad you're bringing that up. That is a great income stream that doesn't require a lot of effort on your part. I mean, obviously, you need to make sure you find the customers to do it, but that is a great way to leverage your investment in the digital oil well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, so I guess as I'm sitting here thinking about that, if I were to, rent out and lease my space, how would I go about finding customers who would want to do this? Like, what do you see? Again, knowing that I'm not necessarily in the business of owning racks and all that stuff for, bringing on customers, what would you see as an opportunity for me to think about that as I'm again wanting to expand my business opportunities?
Yeah, yeah. And so this is one where I talked to a couple of friends of mine who build AI models every week, and we always go, hey, we look at this every single day, and it's changing so fast, and it's an infinite amount of things that we can do, right? 'Cause I was like, if we went back just 25 years ago, and we told our grandparents that there were going to be people, making millions of dollars a year on the internet, like looking at a screen, they would like it would blow their mind. So I'm saying a caveat to say this is just one idea, but it's going to be like a lot of them.
It's a great one, actually. I'm just thinking, like you say, the racks, I can make four times the income by owning one piece of property,
Uh,
or
uh,
something like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But like you said, so you got to find the customers. But that's the cool part is every business right now is sitting on like assets, right? Meaning even if it's like an old dying boring business, they have a certain amount of income coming in. They own a certain amount of assets. They have a certain amount of expenses, right? And for a lot of people, those expenses have crept higher, to an uncomfortable level because of inflation. And so it's a sign where you're able to say, hey, there's already firms that are sort of building out the supply chain where you can go to them and you can say, um, uh, and I'm talking if you're like the business owner, the operator of this business, right? You can go to businesses and you can say, hey, would you be interested in um, improving your profitability, right? And like every business is gonna say, yeah. And so then you just introduce them to say, hey, let's look at everything in your business that's a repetitive task, right? Everything that's a repetitive task, for sure, we can get an AI to do that, and it's not probably the it's going to be a fraction of the cost you're paying right now to do those tasks. The question is like how much of a fraction, right? And that just depends. But you can save money by taking some of the workflow from there and giving it to AI, right? And so as a service provider, you don't even have to build the AI. There's AI builders that can build it, right? But you can just be the part that's selling the compute, right?
Right.
Or you can build it,
No.
you can integrate it. Like it's a lot of things you can do on that supply chain. But if you find the end customer, right, then you own the whole supply chain, and you can sort of fill the gap all the way to the AI data center. You can do it all. You can do some, right? But you find the customer, and there's like, how many businesses are there in America? I mean, like a lot.
A kabillion.
Like a billion. Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Well, I have to say, I think this is really exciting, and again, does provide lots of great opportunities for the business owner who wants to expand and continue to, be, and relevant isn't necessarily the right word, but to continue to be relevant in a digital world. Like CPA firms and financial advisors, we have a real host of opportunity to expand, again, to take to turn the data into something, information that we can provide meaningful, action. And then obviously with the selling the creating digital income, again, expands our opportunities. So I think this has been a great episode today.
absolutely. Thanks for having
Sh-
me.
Should I say, let everybody know how they can reach you, Philip?
Let everybody know. You can let everybody know how they can reach you. You're the you're the sponsor of this segment. How can everybody reach you,
I
Allison?
know. I just was trying to be funny. I'm trying to power my best Philip Washington into this. So.
You're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good.
So you can reach me at my website, rifemartincpa.com, and you can email me at info@rifemartinaccounting.com. And I am looking forward to the next episode. And thank you again for the great opportunity to let me be the host this go round.
Thanks for doing it. This was fun. Good mix up.
Yep. Have a great day.
You too.
Philip Washington Jr. is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only and does not intend to make an offer or solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments involve risk and, unless otherwise stated, are not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.